The last thing you want to hear when you need your auto insurance most is a robot with countless irrelevant menu options. Which is why with USAA Auto Insurance, you'll get great service that is easy and reliable, all at the touch of a button. Get a quote today. Restrictions apply. USAA.
Hilton brings you new ways to stay. With experiences that let you capture the glory days. Introducing the Graduate Hotels. Each inspired by local college towns, these stays are always original and never boring. Get in touch with traditions all across the country and enjoy a stay that's a class above the rest. Book at Graduate Hotels with Hilton Honors Points at Hilton.com. It's a win-win. Hilton, for the stay.
This episode is brought to you by Indeed. When your computer breaks, you don't wait for it to magically start working again. You fix the problem. So why wait to hire the people your company desperately needs? Use Indeed's sponsored jobs to hire top talent fast. And even better, you only pay for results. There's no need to wait. Speed up your hiring with a $75 sponsored job credit at Indeed.com/podcast. Terms and conditions apply.
From the Fifth Quarter Studio in Madison, Wisconsin, you're listening to the Coaching Youth Hoops Podcast.
They're playing basketball.
Here's our hosts, Steve Collins, and Bill Flitter.
All right, welcome to Coaching Youth Hoops.
Coach,
how are you?
Doing all right. Great.
You know, this topic, I'm married to a psychologist, right?
Yeah, I did.
Did you know that? Yeah.
Maybe we should have her jump on this.
We should have had her rather than me on this one. I think every coach should be married to a psychologist.
It is such a huge part of the game. I think I am, although she's not. But
right. Yeah. No, but they can
the way she reads my mind and
right. They can take the ups and downs that come as being a coach. I know it's crazy.
Yeah, that's right.
All right, so that leads into today's topic, which is what, Coach? Because last week you forgot the topic. So
I know. You threw me a curveball on the last one last week. All right, this week we're going to talk about the psychology of rhymes and how do you use rhymes to help your players remember things, youth players. And I actually do this in high school too. I don't know if you do, but we'll dig into it and love to hear your feedback. So I love to speak when I'm coaching in sound bites, because to create ways for players to quickly comprehend and remember things. So I started coming up with rhymes, and there's this whole idea, and Dr. Seuss was onto something, right?
He's a Dartmouth grad.
I did not know that.
Yes, he's Dartmouth grad. That's where he's got his doctorate degree. He was from Dartmouth. That's how he became Dr. Seuss. He's a Dartmouth grad. And in Baker Library, there's a bust of him. And before you take a test, you go rub his nose. It's good luck.
Good luck, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And it's all shiny. Because
everyone rubs it.
Yeah, so you run over to Baker. So if there's any other Dartmouth grads, you know what I'm talking about. We redid Baker, but I'm assuming it's been a while since I've walked through the halls of Baker Library.
That's interesting.
Anyway, the card catalog things were still there when I was going. They're not there anymore. But they weren't using them at that. Everything
not digital.
Sorry, side note. Go back
to
Dr. Seuss.
All right.
Sorry.
Yeah, Dr. Seuss coaching method, right? Which is speaking in rhyme. So as an example, I'll give you an example, something I use for boxing out. Sit, hit, go get. How do you box out? Sit, hit, go get. Rebound, hold your ground and rebound. Don't panic, pivot, right? Just little sound bites. So the kids hear it and they can quickly comprehend what it means because then we teach it. And then when in a game, I've used it. And actually one of my players, I don't remember which one it is now that I use. And she goes, Coach, you haven't said that one in a long time. But I use it during a game and she knew exactly what I meant. I didn't have to go in this long explanation of pivot when you're under pressure, and it's like, don't panic, pivot. Um,
Right.
and our defense has a few like fake and fade. Although I did get that one from another coach. I love that fake and fade in help. But this whole idea of just creating rhymes and quick little sound bites for your players to remember what to do and how to do something. Of course, you have to back that up and teach them what you mean by fake and fade, or another boxing out one I do is tag and turn. Take and turn, right? I'll yell that out during the ground. Take and turn, right? And they know exactly what that means.
Right. No, I think that's and it's kind of like there's a memory that comes along with that. There's
That's right. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Like I use find, hit, get, but it's kind of the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
You find them, you hit them, you get it, like kind
Yeah.
of thing.
Yeah,
So
I like that. Yeah.
it's those little reminders that's for rebounding that people are listening. You find, you hit, you get, you
Mm-hmm.
know. So I think that's important, though. I think that's one of the things that, mnemonics has been proven
Right.
educationally to work.
Yeah, exactly.
That's how people learn. They learn
Yeah.
rhymes, they learn in chunks. There's a reason your phone number is 3 and 4 digits. People can remember things of 3 and 4 as a little bit of an extension, but if you think about, don't say it out loud, but you think about your social security number, it's 324, right? It's not one
Mm-hmm.
big long number.
That's
We
right.
don't remember.
Yeah.
We remember. So it's the same, similar to this with the mnemonics. That's it. The synapses. That's how they click, and it's fun. It's kind of like boom, boom, boom. So I'm gonna go on a geeky stats thing here. When we do research and stuff, when we're doing confidence interval, whatever stuff statistically, it's state, plan, do, conclude. You state what you're going to do, you plan it, you do it, and you draw a conclusion.
Yeah.
Literally, I say that all the time in my stats class. But they remember it. State, plan, do, conclude.
Yeah, exactly.
State, plan, do, conclude.
That's right.
When you describe a graph, it sucks, and they go, "What socks?" Yes, SOCS, shape, outlier, center, spread. So they know socks. So that's what I'm saying. The mnemonic and the rhyming and the
That's
things.
right. Yeah.
Come up with something unique with your team that works that way, and they'll remember it. I mean, it's weird, but they'll go socks, Mr. Collins socks. It's like, oh, okay. Yep, shape, outlier, center, spread. So I love that idea, that premise of it. Are you doing something with that? Like, you sharing that with the community? What is up with that?
Yeah, so okay. Actually, yeah, this week coming out with it's in a newsletter. You can get a bunch of my rhyming. But if you're looking for, well, let me put a bow on that one. Go to our website. Scroll to the bottom. That's coachingyouthhoops.com. Scroll to the bottom. Sign up for the newsletter. You get a free download right there. But if you head on over to this is very specific. You want more tips on how to help your players remember plays, go to rememberbasketballplays.com. Rememberbasketballplays.com. That will redirect you to I think there's a 7-step system to help players remember basketball plays, drills, etc.
Yeah, I love that. So say that again, Coach. I think you cut up a little bit there at the end.
I did. Yeah, my whole system went blank. There we go.
All right. I just want to make sure they get that URL.
Yeah, rememberbasketballplays.com.
Okay, rememberbasketballplays.com. Okay. You know what? Ideally, before we got on, you would have come up with a mnemonic or a rhyme for that, but so they would remember it. You're muted right now, Coach. I'm not sure why Coach is muted.
You know what? I had a cough. Rememberbasketballplays.com. Man, we're just raw on this podcast.
We're just going to
coughing. My system went dark.
I know.
It's just like
anybody that's watching
human,
this
it happens.
Anybody that's watching this in YouTube, I have like something going on, so you can hear it in my voice. But I've been muting so I don't cough into the microphone. But all right, one last time on that on that URL, Coach?
Yeah, go to rememberbasketballplays.com, and what you're going to find there is the 7 ways to help players remember your basketball plays and drills.
Okay, till next week.
Yep.
This podcast is part of the Sports Social Podcast Network.